ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ।
ਅਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ 'ਚ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਜਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊਜ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਸ਼ਖਸੀਅਤਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਮਿਲੇ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਗਿਆਨ ਮਿਲੇ। ਦਾ ਹੋਲ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਆਫ ਮੰਡੇ ਸ਼ੋ ਇਸ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਮਿਲੇ। ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਵੀ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਮੋਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਆ। ਅੱਜ ਕੁਝ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਟੀਚਰਸ ਹੀ ਰੱਖ ਲਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੇ ਕਿ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਆ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਬਾਕੀ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਵੀ ਹਾਂ ਜੋ ਨੌਨ ਸਿੱਖ ਵੀ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਦੇ ਰੂਪ ਥਰੂ ਦੱਸ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ। ਤੇ ਬੜੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਆ ਟੂ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਐਂਡ ਜਗਰਾਜ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ from Basics of Sikhi. ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
Now a lot of people ਜੋ ਘਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੋਚਣਾ ਕਿ ਯਾਰ ਮੈਂ ਬੰਦਾ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਆ YouTube ਤੇ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਟਰੀਟਾਂ 'ਚ ਖੜ ਕੇ ਗੋਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾਉਂਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਕੀ ਆ। You are that person, right?
That's what we do, yeah. That's one of the things we do, yeah.
ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਦੱਸੋ ਕਿ Basics of Sikhi ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਜੋ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ organization ਜੋ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ charity ਆ, ਇਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀ ਆ and why did you feel there was a need for it?
Well, Basics of Sikhi is actually a project by Everything's 13. Right. The charity is Everything's 13.
The charity now is called Everything's 13.
And that means Sab Kuch Tera, everything's yours, Waheguru so yours, you know. So the focus of it was that the Basics of Sikhi was about spreading the basic knowledge about Sikhi to the youth, and not just to the Sikh youth, because it is true that a lot of the Sikh youth nowadays don't understand why they go to Gurdwara. Right. They don't know कि अपा कर की रहे होते. They know it's become ritual. They go, they matha take, sit down for 10 minutes or something. They don't understand whether it's katha or kirtan. And they go have langar and they go home. And they don't really understand like what was the point of coming there. And it's basically clearing that kind of gap, but doing it online. Because you know YouTube is now the 3rd biggest website in this country. Yeah. And loads of youth are going on YouTube, but there's no Sikh representation. There's very little Sikh representation on YouTube. So that was the kind of outlet. To say, look, we need to have something on YouTube. And I was like, oh, who's going to do it? And so we said, oh, let's start. I'll do it. Appe kar denge, pehla dekh de ki kithe pahunchde hege. And so we started it. Te Guru di Kirpa, that was about a year and a half ago, nearly a year and a half ago. And I just had a furna in my head ki chalo, let's make some videos. Just short 10-minute, 15-minute videos. You know, like, you know, you see people like Just Train, etc. I didn't know anything about making videos. Man, I was a philosophy, you know, kind of economics guy, and I was working in recruitment. I had my own business, and I was thinking, look, I've got a bit of time. I could make a couple of blogs. So I decided to just find out how to do it. I made a couple of videos, put them online. People liked it. We started doing some more, and then we got lucky. Again, Kirpa, there's no luck. But Singh Sabha Gurdwara, you can see the picture. Yeah, we got lucky. We got given the a 1-hour slot on Sunday. Now it wasn't easy. It took us about 3 to 6 months of begging for this slot. So we got lucky in a way that we got it. Please, we'll do it. We'll stick to the basics, no pange, nothing. And we got that 1-hour slot on Sundays. And that's been going on for about a year and a half now, since May last year. And we thought, well, let's just start with Japji Sahib. So we've been through Japji Sahib, took us about 40 weeks. And we record all the videos. And then because we're a YouTube channel, I thought, well, let's record them. And then let's put them on YouTube, but let's do it differently. When we put the video up, we edited every video to put in the translations into the video. That took a lot of time. So every video we were spending about 10-15 hours editing it, putting it online. And then a lot of people benefit like that as well, because they were learning Bani, you know. And loads of youth were saying, look, I do this part every day. And we do it in English.
Let's see what you actually do. ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਲਿੱਪ ਦਿਖਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਕੀ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ we'll come back and we'll have more of a chat with them and ਨਾਲੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਕਸਦ ਕੀ ਹੈ, aims ਕੀ ਹੈ.
Introduce the clip?
Yeah, introduce the clip.
So the clip you're going to see now, this is actually a video a section of us, where we call it Street Parchar, where we grab, we got this leaflet, that one's in French. We take this leaflet, we made this leaflet which is about Sikhi, and we actually talk people through this on the streets. And we just tell them what is Sikhi, and Maharaji Kirpa, a lot of people like it. And like these ladies you're going to see now, this was done in Covent Garden. It was something new. I don't think many Sikhs, I haven't seen it online anyway, many Sikhs out there telling people about Sikhi directly. And we made this leaflet just to appeal to people to say, what is Sikhi? And we call it Sikhi awareness for everyone. So it's not trying to convert people. You see, we made that very clear to people. We're not trying to convert you. We're just trying to make people aware about what is Sikhi, the real message. And these girls actually, they're from London. And you'll see what they say later on about what they were taught and what they learned the comparison.
Let's have a look at the clip. Let's see a clip. Dekh rahe hain.
That's the kind of the fight. What did you think? I mean,
It's really interesting. I think it's good that you're teaching people about your faith because people don't understand it, and they won't know unless someone tells them. Unfortunately,
Exactly.
we're from like me and Lorraine, for example, are from areas where there are lots of Sikh people. So
all right, where are you from?
I'm from East London.
All right, okay. We've
So
got a guy
I know
here
a
from
bit
Ilford.
about-
Is that close to you?
Ilford.
Yeah, is the guy
I'm
here?
from Ilford.
All right,
Yeah.
is he? He's from Ilford.
You've got a really nice Gurdwara in Ilford. Really
Kalam
beautiful.
Gurdwara, yeah, that's
great.
beautiful, yeah.
But no, it's really nice to hear you explaining it in a really understandable way.
Cool,
It's great.
cool. And next time you're near a Gurdwara, go in and have a free meal. Again, yeah? When we're not trying to convert
Is there
anybody.
anyone around here? Maybe we should.
Yeah, we're hungry now, yeah? Shepherd's Bush, the closest place to here. So feel free.
Crazy, like the way you say it now is completely different to how they taught us when we were in school.
All right, what did they teach you when you were at school?
Like they teach you about just like the basics. They don't really actually go in depth. Yeah.
So you're
Yeah, it's a message. They don't tell you the message. They just tell you, oh, they have turban, beard, 5Ks. And it's like, it's so boring that way. It's like, okay, fine. You told me what the cake looks like. What's inside it?
Like
You know?
what you're saying now is like I can't believe I've never heard this before. So cute. No, it's really good.
ਵੈਲਕਮ ਬੈਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਹੋਣਾ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਬੇਸਿਕਸ ਆਫ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਘਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਯਾਰ ਕੀ ਮਗਜਮਾਰੀ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗੇ ਹੋ ਗੋਰੀਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਂ ਮਿਡਲ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਕੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਪਰ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਇਨ ਅ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਇਟਸ ਵੈਰੀ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਕਿ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਇੱਕ ਬਹੁਤ ਬੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਂਡ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੈਕਿੰਗ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਐਂਡ ਨਾਟ ਔਨ ਜਸਟ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਬਟ ਔਨ ਐਨੀਥਿੰਗ ਈਵਨ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਹੈਲਥ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਉਣ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਨੰਬਰ 1 ਆ ਕਿ ਬਾਕੀ ਫਰੈਂਚ ਸਿੱਖੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਨੰਬਰ ਲਓ ਸਾਇੰਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਓ ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਅਵੇਅਰਨੈਸ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਲੈਗਿੰਗ ਬਿਹਾਈਂਡ ਐਂਡ you know some great stuff there ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਆ ਕਿ when you talk like that on the street then people thought ਡਰਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ because often you usually see radicals talking like that like you get extremist Muslims or you get extremist Christians that are talking like that you know or a few even people have gone mad or loopy you know they say and they're going praise the Lord or whatever you know on the
well, it's funny you say that because we actually had people come up to us during doing Street Parchar that were like fundamentalists and giving us
one lady was saying that I'll pray
yeah.
for you that you accept Christ. She grabbed hold of us and she said, I'm a born again Christian. She goes, don't try to, I said, I'm not trying to convert you. And she goes, but you should accept Christ. And she said, I'll pray for you within 1 month that you, and I was like, it could be news.
I'm a fast track scheme.
No, but anyway, the point is as I said before, is Sikhism awareness for everyone. Now what was happening is that no one knew what we Sikhs believed. Like those girls just said in the video, a lot of people get told about the 5Ks and they get told a little bit about the 10 gurus, but they don't know what Sikhi actually is, what the message is, So we make it very clear to people that we're not here to convert people.
So ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ you're forcing people to change their religion.
No, of course not.
They have been talking to us. Actually, in fact, when I was in Canada, I did the same thing at university. And this Muslim guy said, no, I watched a couple of your videos, I like it. And he goes, what do you suggest I do? And they call, like, he was expecting me to say, कि तू Sikh बन जा. I said to him, तू सवेरे उठ, get your mala and recite the 99 names of Allah. And I said, that's what I'd like. If you want me to ask me what I would like, I'll say you should become a better Muslim and do your prayers properly and recite the name of Allah. And he was a bit surprised. He was taken aback because, you know, any of the dharam really, the kind of prachariks out there, they would have said, you know what, quit your religion, get into my car, right? I'll take you to the mosque, whatever, masjid, or you know, the church and that, and we'll get you signed up. And he was a bit surprised. But our focus is just to spread awareness, you know, and the message should be as Jagat Guru, that Guru Nanak Dev Ji is Jagat Guru. And their message deserves to be heard by everybody. What they take from it, they can take from it themselves. You know?
Do you feel that a lot of white people who you meet, or even black people, they associate yourselves with terrorism, or they see, oh, hold on, we were taught people with turbans are bad and they're going to blow things up and they're going to kill people. Is that still pretty much out there in the public?
I think people are very surprised. In fact, I'll tell you a funny story. The people do think that sometimes, and that's why when we go in and we smile at them and we say, look, can you guess what religion I am? And they sometimes have a few little odd guesses, you know, like, oh, you Hindus and you Muslims. And we say, no, have you heard of Sikhs? And they go, no, never heard of them. And we go, we're the 5th largest religion, did you know that? And they get a bit surprised. So it is good because we get more aware about what people out there actually think. Because sitting in your Gurdwara, sitting in your school, you might think everybody knows about Sikhs, but it's not true. But there was one guy, we did a whole talk to him, and he thought he didn't even know. He didn't click on because he was Belgian. He didn't figure out that we were Sikhs. So he goes, oh, I used to be telling about Muslim terrorism. You guys are lovely. And I was like, oh, actually, we are not Sikhs. But still, it didn't get through. But some people, you do have to wonder like where they get the information from. Because, you know, media, unfortunately, nowadays doesn't portray us in a very good light. You know? And
Govind, why did you join Basics of Sikhi? I mean, what was the need for you to join?
Well, I mean, I met Gurdwaras Singh about let's say a year and a half when he kicked things off, basically, when he first put out a few videos, and so I need to meet this Singh, Hana. He's doing something new and something different. And
so you watched the video and you thought him
exactly,
out.
exactly, and I was really connecting with it, Hana. And so I met him and I go, listen, what can I do to give you a hand? What can I do to help? And so he goes, come round and come over and you can help me. Edit some videos. Yeah. That's what we were doing. That's as far as we were. Yeah, yeah. It was
about editing.
It was really
my life. I never wanted to do anything at all.
I've done a few, and I've just been sitting there for hours. And listen, I know to edit like something for even 15 to make a 15-minute thing. You can take a whole day to edit.
Yeah.
So you were on the job of editing.
Yeah, no, exactly. But then I mean, I came from a graphic design background anyway, so sort of art and design background, and so I thought this needs a sort of brand. It needs like an image, isn't it? Yeah. And so we need to kind of make it into a brand, turn it into a brand. And so that's exactly what we did. I sat with Gurdwaras Singh and we worked together on making it look like a brand and you know, producing different kinds of leaflets, the free facts leaflets, just general awareness leaflets. I mean,
these have been very popular because all the uni socks, they can give these out to university societies. They can give it to the people who are not. And then now we translate it into French, we translate it into German, Spanish. Hopefully we're going to get someone in Polish, Russian. So it's basically making this same little bit of information available in different languages so that wherever the Sikhs are, they can just hand it out. We took some to France, the Gurdwara, said, look, you're going to give somebody something. Don't give them a big document like they do nowadays. Just give them something small that's portable. You know, it's like a tube, same size as a tube map this is, you know, very portable. But he's been instrumental also, like, you know, when we're going from Gurdwara to Gurdwara, you know, like now, before we used to just do Southall, then you get Lahore to Bradford, Derby, there, here, and, you know, Singh's been great in trying to get me around, so I don't just, like, do a 3-hour drive, fall asleep, and die on the way back, so it's been...
Do it every week.
The other people have come along to do Seva with us, and it's really helped to make the charity grow, and obviously, the Sangat has done a lot of support, because when we started out, we were not charging anyway, we were just doing Parchar. And then we don't charge anything. So from the very beginning, our rule was, Parchar should be free. Yeah. It should be like Langar.
And you've kept it that way?
Yeah, we've kept it that way. So the booklets are, you know, they're free apart from people just helping us out. When we give them out the point of contact, they're free. We don't charge for the talks. We don't charge for the videos. There's no adverts on the videos. Because sometimes you watch it, you click on a Katha video, right, and up pops a Victoria's Secret advert. And you think, come on, man, for the sake of those 10p or whatever you made from the adverts, you could have just got rid of the adverts. So we could have not seen this thing first thing before you.
Well, I don't think Victoria's Secret is a secret anymore. We're going to go to a break, and Victoria's Secret welcome back. Welcome to the show. Gal saadi ho rahi hai with Basics of Sikhi. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਕਸਰ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਵੀ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਸਟਰੀਟ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ YouTube ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਬਹੁਤ ਆ probably had more than 1 million hits I reckon on your videos combined and you've got a lot of subscribers. I was checking your channel today as well in the thousands. So ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੰਗਾਰਾ ਮਿਲਿਆ. The other thing ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ as a youngster ਜਦੋਂ youngster ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਕਾਫੀ religious family ਤੋਂ Govind come from a religious family and ਜਦੋਂ youngster ਕਹਿੰਦੇ why did you feel ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਆ ਦੱਸਣੀ what does a youngster get from these videos that it can't get from a Gurdwara or can't get in the current system?
Well, it's interesting because one of the first videos I put up was what is the point of life?
Right.
This simple 7-minute video and it basically started off with explaining like what is life and then why did Guru come here and a lot of people said I never knew this. You know, and I made another video called Who is the Sikh God? You know, and you were thinking like, come on, people must have known that, right? Yeah. But just explain the Mool Mantra and saying that this is what we think about God, this is the God that we believe in. It was a same guy who came on the course, we did a 12-week course and he came on it and he goes, that video just changed me. He goes, for the first time I got told, and he was in this, you know, 28, 20, you know, got told what is God. And you think, what are the Gurdwara doing? And I think what the Gurdwara at the moment are doing is literally not teaching anything. They're just assuming that the parents are doing a job and all they're here to do is to do the Kirtan programs and once in a while book a Katha Vachik or whatever. But they don't get, like, they're not testing their kids to see, Tonu pata hai Have you got like the basics or not? If you haven't got the basics, maybe we should do something about it. And you know, untold amount of Gurdwara are not actually teaching Sikhi. So the youth, when they come on a channel, instead of getting like a 1 hour long video with maybe the bit they want, they can just quickly go to, like, we've got a playlist called the short videos. In that video, they just go quickly and watch a 7-minute video, what is the point of life, with Bani explain, yeah? Then that's it, they know that bit, they can go another one. And I think that the one about women, the one about, you know, what is the khalsa, why do we wear turbans, all these things, they've been like kind of, they can pick and choose. It's like being in a, you know, like you're in control now. You're not in a Gurdwara where you get to listen to some Buddha droning on about the Sangat and the kind of importance of keeping Kesh when they don't know about it.
I mean, or even understand Punjabi. You want to understand the Punjabi.
Yeah, or you can just hear about the building fund all day long. Yeah. You wonder, like, you know,
how you got to donate.
Yeah, you got to donate. They give you guilt.
But nothing's been built in the last 10 years.
Yeah. But you wonder, like, you know, it's all right with the buildings. So Maharaj didn't spend their time making buildings. They look for Sikhs. So we're here to make Sikhs. So, yeah, I don't think they're getting... Some of the stuff, you know, is just not there anyway. Like the Japji Sahib Katha. The only one person the Japji Sahib Katha in English was Sukrat Singh in Leeds. But the problem is that he hadn't put the quotes in. So you talk about Bani, it was okay for someone to listen to, but it wasn't actually accessible to somebody who was... It was accessible to somebody, but it's still somebody who was, say, non-Sikh. Yeah. So we're trying to make all our videos as accessible as we can to people who are not Sikh to watch them. And I think that's our little...
So when you make a video, you make it as in, right, so if a Gora or someone's watching my video...
What does it mean?
Yeah, what does he mean? I mean, it's got to be pretty clear to him. Yeah. Hence, exactly. Basics of Sikhi.
It's basics, and there was actually a funny guy put up a video saying he likes watching, he's a Gora, in some Dorset, he had a proper country, West Country draw, and he's made a video about how he likes watching the channel. And somebody searched for Basics of Sikhi and found his video and sent it to me.
Sent it to you.
Oh, it's really funny. This guy is sitting there, you know, he's got his red glasses, sitting in the countryside, doing this little video. But you don't know who's watching in it. You see the numbers go up. We don't know. So I think it's one of those things which is very accessible. It's on your phone. And the Q&A playlist, we've got a playlist called Q&A. There's about 120 videos up there now. Right. And that's a lot of different Q&A. And they're all very small, like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes. And it's using Bani to explain a lot of topics, you know. And I think that's the kind of...
So, a video बनाने लिए, course करने लिए, पैसे तो लगते हैं, right?
Your time and money.
पैसे कितने आते?
Well, about a year ago, around about this time last year, I was doing all of this out of my, you know, that's one of my own...
spare time, spare expense. And,
it wasn't really that much spare. Basically, I was doing this instead of working. Okay. I had my own business, but I wasn't doing my work. Right. I was just doing this. And it was getting a bit to the point where there was no money coming in. Right. But when you run your own business, you have to make the money come in. And if you're not making
pay the others as well.
Then it was just two of us, so he was looking after him, so I was looking after myself. But the point is we came to the point where there was no money coming in. Right. And Manufa was not paying. What do I do next? Yeah. So I asked Mara, I said, look, you know, either I stop doing this and I go back to work, and I come back to it later, or I actually do this full time. So I took a hukamnama. That's how a Sikh asked his guru, like what the advice is. Hukamnama said, just do it, carry on. And so it was very clear, you know, there was no, I said, look, give me something to do with this step, walking this path. And Hukamnama said, walk this path, give up everything and walk this path. So I was like, right, good, walk the path. So I just said to the Sangat, look, if you want this to succeed, we want you to support us. Yeah, Benti hai support us. And they did. And you know, that's how it started off. So initially I was the only full-time employee. Now there's 4 of us. You know? By Baljit Singh's joined in Birmingham, he's a Kathawachik. Ranveer Singh is running all of our, sorry, this is Gobind Singh, he's doing all of our graphic design and all the program sort of management.
Gobind Singh, you do all the technical side of things, right?
Yeah, and Ranveer Singh helps with the editing, and also he goes on to the universities. We're very keen to get into all the universities and give them talks they can book. You see, normal person working can't take Wednesday off to go and do a talk, and Thursday off, and Friday off.
Because you can't.
They can't, right? But we can, because this is what we do. So we actually book them in, and mostly in a week we'll do 2 or 3 university talks, and we'll do the Sunday Katha in a Gurdwara, and we'll go to other Gurdwara in the country in the weekend. And hona nahi hega. It can't happen unless people support us. So Everything's 13 is the Parchar charity, Sab Kish Tera, and people donate to us. People sign up monthly donations. We're on Virgin Money Giving, which is like Just Giving. And they sign up and they support us monthly. So basically, instead of giving whatever, you know, daswan you have, because you have to give daswan, instead of giving it to a Gurdwara to make another building, If you give it to us, we do Parchar, and you know that we're only going to spread Sikhi. We're not interested in making buildings. We're not interested in
politics.
No, we just
It's transparent as well because you can see what we do. It's all online.
Yeah, people. No, I haven't met anybody who's caught up with our videos. The videos are pumped out at a faster rate than you can watch them. So there's loads, 350 videos in 1.5 years. Yeah.
Wow.
So we're talking about if you do like 70 weeks, that's about 3-4 videos a week, and that's average we put up.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a lot of.
Well, let me ask you something. Gurdwara ko inna paisa hai. Yeah, मैं सारे because तुसी ने दसा कि ऐसी charity है. The first thing I did, मैं गया charity commission की website पे. मैं जिन्हें because I had to type Sikhi in, so I thought let's see if I type in Shri Guru Singh Sabha. So I typed that in. भी जिन्हें गुरु घरां दे account सारे आ गए. पहला तो mostly उन्होंने return नहीं भनिया, it's late. Right? And secondly, कि कई गुरु घरां को over £1 million पे आया बैंक दे विच. And तो थानू गुरु घरां ने जिन्ने भी गुरु घर है साडे उन्हां चों किन्ने पैसे मिले थानू?
Yeah, big fat zero. Yeah.
Gold under? Yeah. Gold medal ਦਿੱਤੇ?
Not 1 penny. Yeah. Even the Gurdwara.
It's hold on. ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ 1 ਪੈਣੀ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤੀ?
No, but they give us when they book us for a talk. Yeah. They'll give us like their fuel money or whatever, a little bit of paper.
£5 ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ.
One Gurdwara, or like say 50 or 100, whatever, just to cover. But it's not really like they're not supporting us monthly. They're not saying ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ, but we want to support you to do more. Only, but if you come to us to do a talk, we'll give you a bit of money, but otherwise we're not going to give you anything more.
Why is that? Is that because they don't agree with what you do? Well, they must do because they give you time.
They book us time, but they're not thinking. Most Gurdwara are thinking about their Gurdwara. Their focus is ki is Gurdwara which ki ho raha. They're not thinking about
the wider circle which.
They're not thinking about the wider path ki ho raha.
Sare youth sare which ki ho raha.
If there's more money spent when they book a coach to go to a protest march, they're never given to us. Yeah. They spend thousands on some random stuff. The toilet budget probably at most Gurdwara is more than what we have. We've only raised 50 grand so far. That's the whole. The whole of this is working off. And our next year's budget, if we're lucky, is to raise 100 grand. That's nothing in the wider panth. You know yourself, you look at the accounts, most Gurdwara are looking in their millions. And in our local Gurdwara, we've been doing Katha at Park Avenue now. So if you are, by the way, in Southall, then every Sunday evening at 6 p.m, we've got an hour's slot on the main stage. That's been going on for a year and a half now. The Gurdwara has never supported us extra. All they do is allow us to take the peta that goes there, but they don't support us at all. And
so they give you the time, though.
No, but they give us the time. That's what I'm saying. Most Gurdwara.
But that took you time to get the time, didn't it?
Yeah, but they're good enough to give us the time. But what I'm saying is that the people that are watching our videos aren't just the people in the Gurdwara.
No, you're 100%.
The thing is, some lady from Alaska emailed me. She said, I really like your videos. I'm really interested in. And there's some lady from Cuba who became a singer as well. Now, just these people from all over the world, there's another lady in Washington, Gori Hagi, she's become a Sikh just from the videos. Now, it's not my work, it's just from the kirpa of the Bani that's going on there. Maharaj's work. But isn't that what the Gurdwara is there for?
That's what they do.
I'm not saying there's all Gurdwara like that. They don't really think about what's happening outside. All they're interested in their own little circle, which is very small.
So let me ask the magic question, yeah? The youth are always moaning about Gurdwara and committee members and Bazurg. Always. I don't think I've met any youngster who actually says, yes, happy. How comes 22 of you youngsters can't get together and run for election? Why can't you do that? Why is that not even one Gurdwara, right, in the UK, in the main ones I'm talking about, like Gravesend, East London, Southall, Slough, Birmingham, Wolverhampton, Coventry, Nottingham, Derby. How comes Glasgow? ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਯੰਗਸਟਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਾਂ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਮੇਟੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣੀ ਜਿੱਥੇ 22 ਜਣੇ ਇਲੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਲਈ ਖੜ ਲਓ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਨੇ ਹੀ ਨਾਰਾਜ਼ ਆ as youngsters with the committees that ਤੁਸੀਂ you can change it.
We're not okay, I'll tell you why I think is look, in every area you get 1 or 2 people or even 4 or 5 people that are prepared to do something. The problem is if those 5 people spend all their time trying to get into a committee, right? What's going to happen is only 2 of them are going to get in. And those 2 people, they're going to have themselves broken down by the other 20, 30 people that are going to break down their will, right? And so they'll get fed up. So everywhere I go, I bump into people that said, I was in the committee for a couple of years. It killed my Sikhi. One guy actually killed himself. I'm not joking. There was one youth guy, he actually went through that. It destroyed his Sikhi and he actually ended up committing suicide. So the fact is that the committees aren't easy because they're not interested in Sikhi. So you go in there like a very happy, lucky Sikhi saying, I'm going to go help the Gurdwara.
You come out depressed.
You come out and you're like, rather than skip my wrist. This is, so it is dangerous to get into committee. Secondly, Just Hanu pucho why aren't we doing it? The thing is who's going to do this then?
Yeah,
you see what I mean? Everybody's got a little niche, innit? Now, if I spend all my time trying to fight in a Gurdwara committee, you might say, well, it might win long term, but in the meantime, you know...
You solve the problem of funding and education in Gurdwara. You solve a lot of problems.
The funding is not the problem, I believe you me, the funding is not the problem. The youth out there are supporting us. As what we are now, it is a bit of a problem, but it's not a massive problem. You people are giving us funds, and it is getting, you know, it is getting recognition. People are supporting us. We don't need more money in our pant. There's enough money in our pant already. The thing is, where is it going?
You need it to be distributed properly.
Yeah, we need the Sangat to think, there's no need for me to always book a Sukhmani Sahib part, a Akhand part at a Gurdwara. Because I'm not listening to the Akhand part. It's not doing anything for Maharaj. What Maharaj wants is to spread Sikhi. That the Sikhs know what Sikhi is. So they can just support us instead. And actually, Auntie Ji did that for us. Yeah, she was going to spend X amount of money on booking a Akhand part. Instead of doing that, she just gave it to us.
Wow.
And she goes, you do something with it. And that's what needs to change. Because what we're doing is that. We're just spreading the Bani. We're spreading Bani, and that's our only mission anyway in the first place. So, and in fact, we're actually teaching people Gurmukhi on our videos as well. A lot of people, when they read those books, they're in Punjabi, they're for Punjabi people. But what if a white person wants to learn Punjabi? Where will they start? So we made a whole series of videos on learning Gurmukhi. There's courses, like in central London now, we teach this course. We taught it twice already, at Shepherd's Bush and then at Southall. Now we're teaching it in central London. It's the Guru course. It's 12 weeks. And we go from Guru Nanak to now. Yeah? And we cover it, you know, over 2.5 hours every week. We sit down, do it one evening a week, we go through the whole thing. And it's still basics. It's still basic. However, a lot of those people that did that last year in Southall, it's changed their life. Because they finally understood what their Guru was. So I don't think people were supporting us would help us grow. Yes, you're right, it would catapult us. But if we started to get into politics, me personally, or Gobind Singh, who's going to do the graphic editing? It'll break us, and also, who's going to be doing this? And we do need more people to step forward and do katha. I think, you know, we need to think about leverage. You know, when you have like, and you can get leverage, you can get £100 out of that. That's what you need. So YouTube is that
thing. Get more for your money.
YouTube is that. You make one video, stick it online, 100 people can watch it, 2,000 people can watch it.
Tonu response to your videos. I mean, what sort of response have you got? Have people generally been positive or negative? We look at a response to no, you're not doing good. Why do you need to go amongst Gori and tell them what Sikhi is? Why don't you start at home? Have you know, or it looks like what's the difference between you and radical Muslims who are on the street trying to convert people? Or, you know, have you had that sort of response, or you had with Shabashi Mani?
Maharaji Kirpa, we haven't really had any bad responses so far. Right. There's been, you know, the Sangat are very happy that there is something out there on YouTube. The Street Parchar that you showed earlier, that's only probably about 10% of what we do.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not a big deal. And there's even those people that watch the Sikh channel show those videos every Tuesday. We've got a half-hour slot. And a lot of people watch those videos and they like it because there's interaction. But that's not really everything that we do. There's a lot of other stuff that goes on behind us. The editing of the videos, the katha every Sunday, the katha
driving about everywhere.
the universities, then the leaflets. We're making another leaflet called the 10 Facts. That'll be one more thing for you students to give out. And so really, the Street Parchar, people, no one's really questioned it. Sometimes we make like some videos that are a little bit on the, you know, not really controversial, but they're just kind of like touching topics that people don't
a bit sensitive.
A bit sensitive. And you think, well, we might as well, a little bit, just a little bit, not too much. Like I talked a little, you know, people always argue about things like meat, homosexuality, other things. So we had to give some kind of a view on it, right? But we do it.
But more importantly, you're telling Sikhi's view on it.
Yeah, we do Sikhi's view, but we do give a very short video. Mostly, we don't tend to touch controversial topics. The things that we have touched that have been very popular is that we touched upon, for example, the main question that's raised up, was Guru Nanak Dev Ji Muslim? So this is something that people like Zakir Naik and other people have got a lot of mileage out of. And so we answered that in a 4-part series. But the key thing was, Harjap, we never cussed Islam. Because why should we? So why should we go and cuss Islam in that way? So what we do is we keep the Sikhi angle on it. It's alright, you know, we're going to keep the pyar that Guru Gobind Singh Ji put in the hands on top of both bowls.
But you're not going to go anti any religion.
We're not anti any religion, but we have to give the differences and why it wasn't that way. And even the Muslims come on the channel, they watch that and they go, look, thank you for A, not being disrespectful, and B, you did give and I agree with you. So that's what we've done. We kind of try to approach it from a very sort of, you know, this thing, the Banga is out there, sometimes you have to take it, but you don't have to take it in a violent way or take it in a thing. So we do it. But, you know, sometimes people need to hear the kind of Sikhi view on it, and from Bani as well. We try and use Bani for that. So.
We're talking to Basics of Sikhi, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਹੀ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਕਿ and they're very popular on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, and we'll continue talking to them, ਪਰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਗੱਲ ਸਾਡੀ Basics of Sikhi ਨਾਲ welcome back to the show, ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ। ਮੇਨ ਚੀਜ਼ ਇਹ ਆਈ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਦੇ ਯੰਗਸਟਰਸ ਕੀ ਕੁਛ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, ਯੂਜਲੀ ਸਿਆਣਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਦੇਣੀ, ਟੀਚਰ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਛੋਟੇ ਛੋਟੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਉਣਾ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਉਹ ਧਰਮ ਬਾਰੇ ਆ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਆ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਬੱਚਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਦੇਵੇ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਨੌਬਤ ਹੀ ਨਾ ਆਵੇ। ਬਟ ਸਾਡੀ ਕੌਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਨਫੋਰਚੂਨੇਟਲੀ ਕੁਛ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਨੌਬਤ ਆ ਗਈ ਆ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਬੜਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਆ, ਸਾਡੇ ਜੋ ਯੰਗਸਟਰ ਆ, ਯੂਥ ਆ, ਜਾਂ ਜੋ ਮੌਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਆ, ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ। ਸੋ ਕੁਛ ਕਮੀਆਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੋ ਯੂਥ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਈਡੀਆ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਨੇ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਆ, ਆਪਣੀ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਨੀ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਨੇ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਆ। ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਆਪਣਾ ਨਾਂ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਜਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਲੇ ਬੱਲੇ ਕਰਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਜਾਂ ਜੀ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਜੀ ਕਹਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਕਿ 15 ਬੰਦੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਆ ਕੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਬੁਲਾਉਣ, ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਉਣ, ਜਾਂ ਜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਇਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਮੇਟੀ ਚੋਂ ਕੱਢ ਦੇਣਾ। ਇੱਦਾਂ ਇਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਮਿਲੇ ਐਂਡ ਸਪਰੈਡ ਦ ਮੈਸੇਜ। ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਗੁਰਪੁਰਬ ਸੀਗਾ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਪਤਾ, ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧਾਈਆਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਉਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਨਾਲੇ। ਬਟ ਜੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਜੋ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਫੈਲੇ, this seems to be the recurrent theme of what you're saying is we are doing this because at the moment you feel that there's a lack, that the message is not getting across, maybe to the youngsters especially. And like I see a lot of youngsters and they do their part, and I see a lot of elderly as well, ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗ ਵੀ ਪਾਠ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਬੋਲ ਤਾਂ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਪਰ ਅਮਲ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਤੇ, ਜਾਂ ਸਮਝ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹੇ ਕਿ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ। A lot of the youngsters don't know, they can't get the grip from the Gurmukhi to translate it, you know, and especially ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਗੋਰੇ ਨੂੰ ਬਿਠਾ ਦੋਗੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ 'ਚ, then he's not going to take anything away from that. Or ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਿ you lot serve free food. And it's like, well, hold on, that's just a little part of what we do as a whole.
You know, the Shabad from Bani said, Langar chale gur Shabad, har dot na aave khatiye. So the Shabad is also part of the Langar. When you go to Gurdwara, like I said, we don't charge, because the Gurdwara is supposed to give you 2 types of Langar, Shabad Langar and food for your belly. So basically, Maharaj is telling us that we should be telling people about the Shabad. And it's not to preach Sikhi, but to preach the Shabad and preach Naam, basically. So a lot of youth recently, when they started watching, because on our channel we've got Katha of Japji Sahib and then Jab Sahib as well now, and then we're going to have like Sriye. So we're going through the nickname. So like you said, people are reading the part. We're going through the nickname slowly. We're going to start going to explaining it in English. And the reason, and also with the subtitling. So the reason is that anybody can then say, look, I want to read this part, I want to hear it, but I want to understand it as well, and in a little bit more detail than having the English translation. Because a lot of those translations, they don't do the job. They do the good job, but they don't do the full job of getting that person to understand Bani a bit more. And even though I say full job, that's wrong, because obviously the Atma Gyan, the spiritual knowledge will come after. But what I was surprised by, you know, you said about Buzurg, you know the Katha every Sunday, I said at Park Avenue, 6 p.m, another plug. But what happened is that I thought it's going to be all the youth only that turn up. But a lot of the Buzurgs came up and started watching it. And one day I got called outside by this like quite severe looking uncle ji, big dada, blue pug, and I thought, oh, I'm going to get beats now. He's going to tell me that it was like my body was I was a bit scared. He looked like a proper, you know, sing, and he's like, you know, I was like, okay, took me outside. And he goes, Mainu bahut anand aaya, I really loved it. He goes, I've been coming to Gurdwara for so many years, but the thing is, my Punjabi is not my first language. I've been here for a long time. And he goes, I like listening to it in English. And actually, I was surprised, because I was like, actually, a lot of people come to Gurdwara, they like listening to Katha in English. And it's not, I'm saying, it should be Punjabi, but Kaljog hega, Kaljog Samaya.
Well, look at the
when we say there should be, there's a million should be's out there. It should be like this, it should be like that. But you've got to think about what works.
Listen, ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਰਾਂਸ ਚਲ ਜਾਓ, ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹੋ ਕਿ ਫ੍ਰੈਂਚ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਹੀ ਸਮਝਾਉਣਾ, ਹੁਣ ਫ੍ਰੈਂਚ ਵਾਲੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਸਿੱਖਣ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ, no one's bothered. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਦ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨ 'ਚ ਕੋਈ ਸਮਝਾਉਂਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੁਛ, you're not really going to get through. And that's, it's more of, you need to have an effect. It's the effect. There's no point saying something and ਕੋਈ ਸਮਝਦਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੋਰੇ, ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਕਿ ਕਰਕੇ।
ਸਾਡਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਉਹ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਸਮਝ ਲੈਣ, ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਵੀ ਸਮਝ ਲੈਣ, ਗਾਹਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨੇ ਪਾਠ ਕਰਨਾ ਗੁਰਮੁਖੀ ਵਿੱਚ। We don't say that people read the part in English, we say read it in English, read it in Gurmukhi, and you know, feel the power of it. Because ultimately, a Sikh should be trying to get people to jap naam. You know, aap japo, avra naam japavo. So we're trying to encourage people to connect to Waheguru. We're not saying anything else. We're just saying, look, connect to God, because this is your time for it. As a human being, ehi vela hega, hai na? So this is the time to jap naam. So let's encourage people. And really, Sikhi is that pant which is based on naam. You know, if Guru Nanak Dev Ji could say anything, they would say Nanak, Naam, Chardi Kala. You can't get Chardi Kala without Naam. Yeah, so unless
Naam is a recurrent theme, is the main theme.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Nanak ke karke wa Naam. The only thing in Nanak's house is Naam. Now, what's happening in Gurdwara is Naam is not there. Yeah, you're going to Gurdwara, you're not learning anything. So what's happening? Maharaj says Guru Dwara hoy soji paisi. If you go to Gurdwara, you should get some understanding about life. Now, what's happening now is people are going to Gurdwara and not getting any understanding apart from getting a nice warm feeling in their stomach. That's probably from the langar, not necessarily from the Bani. Yeah? So we're selling people short. We're robbing them. In fact, we're robbing them of Bani. Yeah, that's the gift. They know that they must take their Guru, but they're not understanding.
And it's not. We're not doing our farj. Because our farj is to किसी को बिठा के Bani समझानी.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and then it's individuals कर्म के वो Bani ते act कर दे या नहीं.
ये सुने तो ना उनकी गलती. It's up on their head, isn't it?
But तुसी समझाओगे अगले को, make sure that he understands it.
That's how we started the channel. I was sitting in the room, in my office, watching this video about this girl saying that she almost converted away from Sikhi, and I felt responsible. I gave myself a tappad, you know, and I said, "Ki you know some of the little things. You could at least tell her something. To kar nahi raha. You're more interested in making your money, getting your business sorted. In the meantime, in those 10 years you're going to spend on your business, somebody's going to be 5 years old and is going to get to 15. And Maharaj is going to look at you and say, Tu ki kita? And he said, Karmi aapo apni. So Maharaj is saying, look, it's on your each person has a responsibility if they actually do spread Sikhi. And our only benti to the Sangha that are watching this is, it's not about ava. We want people to learn the Bani and then go and teach it in their Gurdwara. People coming up to saying, come to Northampton, come to Leicester, come to there. Well, we can't do it. We can't clone ourselves, but we can do one thing. We can get someone to learn the Bani, they can go and teach it. So our only benti is that more people start learning Bani and more people start teaching Bani. Yeah?
A lot of people will say, well, hold on, you're only in it for the individual fame, hence the YouTube videos, you know, and I see a lot of people use charities for their personal gains, whether it's to make contacts, whether it's to make money, whether it's to promote themselves, whether it's to get balle, whether they want to be the future community leader, whether they just want 20 people to respect them a bit more. I mean, but to be honest, I've watched Basics of Sikhi video. I didn't know your name till today, until we wrote it down on a piece of paper until I was out.
Our name's not on there. We don't really, it's nothing to do with us.
I haven't seen...
You might think it's got to do with me, but it's got nothing to do with me.
I haven't seen anything on your literature to say Basics of Sikhi is Jagraj Singh. Jagraj Singh is Mr. Basics of Sikhi. Or, you know, Mr. Gobind Singh is Mr. Basics of Sikhi.
No.
This doesn't what comes across is a group of people who are willing to go to all ends and face confrontation. And even face gala, face embarrassment. It's not easy going up to Gauri and explaining to them what Sikhi is.
They say, no, I'm not interested in making
no, I don't think they say it in that colourful language. That politely, you know. I mean, they must call you all sorts of names. And even in this country, you know, imagine if you went to America and did it. You know, what it would be like. But I suppose the challenge is there, right? And it takes guts.
We're thick-skinned in that way.
It's not about balle. This is not about balle or one person trying to create a little army or a little gang. You know, and some people have become religious gangsters. I call them. They've got their little army. They've got their little Facebook group or their little Twitter keyboard warriors, and you know they all gang up. But it doesn't seem like that to me.
Well, our first thing is that everybody has basically given up money to join, because we're not paying people much. We're very low salary, and I had to have that conversation with my family and say, look, I'm not going to be bringing in that money, but in the meantime, what are we going to do?
But they were very happy.
It's no point people putting up a flag outside their house and saying Balle Balle Paira Jawana, or for example, we're talking about Jaswant Singh Kalra. These people done something for the Panth.
100%.
They gave their life up
Hence
for it.
they're revered.
I'm not saying I'm nothing. I'm not a martyr. All I'm doing is losing a bit of money. Right. And at the same time, get to do something that I really enjoy, which is to do Parchar. And that for me, that's like worth the money you're giving up in it. But same thing like Gobind Singh and everybody else, Baljit Singh, we've all had to give up something to do this. Whether it's time with your kids. Because I'm married, I've got kids. Whether it's time with your family or your friends, the people go out, I've got to go here, I've got to go there, come out with us. You're like, I'm sorry, I can't. I've got to go here, I've got to go there. So both, we have lost stuff, but
and it's hardly jet set style. You're not going Australia like international places. You're going like Bradford, Leeds.
Yeah, a lot of hours on the road. And even when I went to America, I didn't go to America and Canada. But the thing is, when you go there, what do? You go straight from the airport to the Gurdwara and do katha there. So it's not.
When you straight back, you straight into a.
There's no Vegas lifestyle. No.
Yeah.
And the thing is we're very transparent about how much money we raise, what we're doing with it, and I think the Sangat, they respond to that because they can see because it's easy to put up a video just with no editing. 10 minute lagde hai honestly. But je tusi baith ke 10-15 घंटे lao hai na, you're trying your best to make it the best. I think sometimes Sangat can feel that you put in that extra bit. There's no need for me to stay up to 12 trying to make a video perfect. I could just leave it as I forget it.
Listen, मैं ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦਾ 15 ਮਿੰਟ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਮੇਰਾ ਖਿਆਲ 15 ਘੰਟੇ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਐਂਡ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਘੰਟੇ ਦੀ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਬਣਾਉਣੀ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਐਡਿਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਐਡੀਟਿੰਗ ਕਰਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਿਆਹ ਵਾਲੇ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਬਣਾਉਂਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ they know what they go through.
They charge you thousands for it.
And it's not a straight shoot. You're sitting there shooting something and that's it. And when they punk it up, you got to get the angles right. There must be a lot of cut and pasting that you have to do.
Yeah, it's the Gurmukhi really. That's where the time goes in to put in the translation of the Gurmukhi and explain
the content.
The content. That's where the work comes in, and also making sure that we're systematic. Like the course we're doing, it's a systematic course, and we're not trying to do something so that just go somewhere, do a talk, and come back. We want to try to give somebody you go somewhere, you do a talk, and say, right, what's the follow-up? The follow-up is you go at home, you go on YouTube, and you watch some videos. You start from here and you get up to here. So there's nothing really in this for us. I mean, apart from serving our Guru, to serve their Guru, and it's not about our names, so it's not on there. If the Sangat, let's say tomorrow somebody gave us $1 million, what would we do? We just hire more prachariks. We'd get one in Canada, get one in America, get one in Australia, we just get them in Malaysia, and we would just do prachar. We say, look, in India, we had a guy in India, in Bombay, he's become such a big fan. He was setting up stores, giving out DVDs. We could make DVDs, we could make more stuff
to give to people. So we're getting the right funding from the right places.
We're not too stressed, we're not too stressed about funding.
ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਗੱਲ ਕਹਿਣਾ, ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੋਵੇ, if youngster out there who's inspired, watch the videos, wants to contact you, wants to get involved, I mean, what's your message to them? How can they do that?
Well, there's two things. You want to talk about it?
Yeah. Well, you can. First of all, is the main thing is to share the videos, tell other people about the videos, get them out there, because this is prachar. The seva carries on that way, So the next person see the next person. The other way you can do is we are a registered charity, so it's Everything's 13 is the name of the charity. So you can actually donate to us via PayPal. You can do. Also got. Text giving as well. So you can text NAM 13 followed by £5 or £10 to 770 exactly.
Or you can go to your YouTube page. YouTube.com Basics of
Sikhi.
You're on Facebook.
Well, everything's13.org/donate.
That Facebook is yours, right? So if someone
exactly, it is. You, right? They're talking directly to us. Exactly.
But all the other thing which I think I would like to just do a benti to the Sangat is, please learn the meaning of Bani. That's the biggest favor you can do us, is to learn Bani, because if we meet somebody who's like, yo, I love the Bani, that's what inspires us. We think, well, actually, that's what we're doing it for. On a video, what you'd like is someone to say, I learned, I liked it, and I like, because it's Bani, isn't it? So our job is to learn Bani and spread it. So really, our benti to Sangat is learn the Bani. And if you can inspire other people to go and watch the videos or learn more Bani, then do that. Spread Sikhi.
Veerav, thank you very much ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਏ। ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ you using technology and ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਨਾਲ, ਆਪਣੇ ਪੈਸਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ and ਆਪਣੇ ਬਲ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ, ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਨੂੰ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਵਰਲਡ 'ਚ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਜਿੱਥੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਇੰਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਲੋਕਲੀ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ, ਯੂ ਟੇਕਿੰਗ ਵਰਲਡ ਵਾਈਡ ਐਂਡ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਮਸ਼ਵਰਾ ਦਊਂਗਾ ਜੀ, ਇਹ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਕਰੋ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰੋ। ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ 5000 6000 ਪਾਉਣ ਨਾਲ ਕੋਈ ਫਰਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਣਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਨੇ ਕੁ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੜਦੇ ਲੁੜਦੇ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹੀ ਮਿੰਟਾਂ ਸਕਿੰਟਾਂ 'ਚ, ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰੋ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਪੂਰੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ। ਉਹ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਹਿੰਮਤ ਹੈ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਆ। ਬਾਕੀ ਯੰਗਸਟਰਸ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਗੈਟ ਇਨਵੋਲਵਡ and please support anyone who wants to donate. Please donate. It's been great having you on. Took a time da hun sama ho gaya, and I wish you luck in the future. And main tahi kahunga ki jinane wants to get involved. Basics of Sikhi. You've seen a web address and a YouTube address at the bottom. And Baki, you could final message to Sidana de sakte.
Well, what we'd like to do is we are trying to get across to every Gurdwara that there should be a rep in that Gurdwara, making people aware of the channel. A lot of Sangat don't know about the channel.
Right.
So if you are in your local Gurdwara, what we'd ask you to contact us. You can contact us from our website, Everything's 13, and let's get some leaflets into your hand. You get the leaflets out to the Sangat and tell them that and let people know that this thing exists, that they can use it. Because we are low, we have no advertising budget. Yeah, this is it. You are the advertising budget.
So I will always advertise a good thing. And मेरे वालों नहीं सीगा मैं थानू Friday मिलूंगा where we'll talk again.